All right, TT family, what's going on? Back with a new video here. In this video, we're going to be talking about my 2-week evaluation, going over some of my trades, some of the mentality, and some of the thought process as we move through it. But before we do get there, just to let you guys know, the TimeToEatTrading.com website is up. It is live. As you guys can see here, we do also trade during the New York session. We have a live stream on YouTube. You can find it right here on this channel. This website, though, is up and running. We've worked hard on it. This is typically where we do our special events, and just like, let's say we have a boot camp going on, you can get your boot camp tickets here. You can sign up to our newsletter as well, that we're going to be dropping a lot of value in moving forward. And then when there's any type of coaching available, you guys can come over to the TimeToEat.com website. If you guys are looking for, one-on-one, just a coaching call, these are always available. When the elite program opens up, typically in the beginning of every month, that elite mentorship is open as well, which is a 4-week mentorship program, one-on-one, you and I, and going through a deep dive into systematic trading, price action, and really thinking like a professional. So keep an eye out for the elite program when that opens up in April. As of right now, we are fully stacked and enjoying the time with our current members. So that is the website. We also have obviously the live streams here on YouTube. You guys are more than welcome to come join us Monday through Friday. We begin at 6:45 a.m. Eastern. And we stream the New York session live. So you guys are more than welcome to come check us out there. But anyway, let's get into this video. So this is going to be a video based off of my previous trades here in the last 2 weeks. We're going to open up TradeZella here, which is the platform that I use to really just, journal all my trades, right? Track all my data, journal my trades. And I highly recommend that you guys use some sort of journal, whether it's TradeZella or just a personal journal like I have as well. I highly recommend it. So let's go ahead and dive into the video here. I think what we'll do is we'll start from the left and just kind of move ourselves over to the right hand side. We'll talk about some of the climb up here. We'll talk about the days, and then we'll get into these trades here. So let's go ahead and talk about from the top left and move over to the right. So as you guys can see, over the last 2 weeks, put up about 3.7% profit. Got a 60% win rate, which is pretty good. What I'm really most proud about here is the daily win rate, sitting right at that 85%, right? Anytime I'm really in flow state and really in sync with the markets, I tend to find my trading pretty consistent results around 80-85% win rate. So it feels really good to see TradeZella showing them stats as well. Now this is my futures account, so I did start a live account with TradeOvate, and this is the account build so far. So let's go ahead. As you guys can see, the month started off pretty good. Took a little bit of a dive, but then climbed my way back out of it. As you can see here, just one red day, and the rest were pretty good, pretty solid green days, which I love to see. So let's go ahead and dive into some of these trades here. So as you can see, this is the month of March, and the first day was on a Friday, so didn't trade that day. Really the month began for me around the 4th here. So as I approached the desk here on Monday, kind of drew out my plan, figured out what I wanted to look for, and nothing showed up. So I call it a no trade day. Some of you guys, how many of you guys are very foreign to what a no trade day is, right? You're getting mature in the markets when you can sit tight throughout the session and not take a trade. Because why? Trading is all about probabilities. Trading is all about an edge that you have in the market. So if that edge doesn't show up, there's no need to force a trade. So Monday I didn't take any trades. But as we move over to the 5th, which was Tuesday, this was where my first trade was taken of the week, and went up almost about 1%. So as you can see, there's 2 trades in here. And for me, I'm typically a one trade type of guy. So I'm very big on one good trade. And, if I can come to the session, get my swing the bat at something really good and take my win, I'm typically done for the day, unless it's early in the session and there's still lots of time. I'm typically a one type of trade guy. So as you can see, there's two trades here. This was a negative whatever. This was because I made a mistake on the broker that I was using and just opened up a, an order by mistake there. But this was the trade here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that trade when it comes to my journal. So as you can see, this trade was taken here at 8:15 on the 5th. It was taken on gold. Mostly, pretty much every trade I take is on gold, right? As you can see, this pretty much all gold here. This was a sell. It was taken off the 15-minute time frame, secured about 24 pips, and a nice little W there. So let's go ahead and take a look at that trade, which is right here. So this was the trade taken. It was pretty much what I was doing this day, was really waiting for some sort of a closure below the range, right? Waiting for volume to come in. As you can see, this candle here closed below the range. This was your 8 a.m. candle, which I like to stay away from. I like to let that one close up. That one closed up. That gave me the confirmation I needed. This is a playbook position for me. Entry was taken on the break of the lows, looking to fill that wick over there on the left hand side, and it worked out really, really good. So normal, easy peasy playbook position taken there. So great trade there. Now let's move on to the 6th, which was Wednesday. Again, no trade day here on Wednesday, just nothing that stood out in terms of a A+ setup. So it just sat there through the session and didn't take a trade. But as we move on to Thursday here, which is the 7th, as you can see, there's 3 trades here. So let's open this up. Unfortunately, these two, I made another mistake. Unfortunately, right? So some of you guys may be like me and you're transitioning off of MT5, which I just, I've been using my entire career. So trying to get used to the new platforms, I actually opened up 2 orders by mistake. I know it is what it is. There's a learning curve to everything, but this was the trade right here. Got about 1.7% on this position. So it was a pretty good trade there. Let's go ahead and open that up. That was on the 7th here. This was a little bit of a later trade. Happened to go down around 11 a.m. And again, off the 30-minute time frame, secured about 24 pips for about 1.2% on this W. Let's go ahead and take a look at that trade. This was the buy position here. So what we were looking for on this position was some sort of bullish closures above this level here at 21.26. As you can see, this candle here closed above the range. I was taking an entry on the break of the highs right there for price to come up and fill this range, and easy peasy. Another easy peasy playbook position. As you guys know, when you have a playbook, when you have an edge, your trade will come to you, right? There's no need to go fishing. There's no need to go looking, searching. It will come straight to you. Just do your part, make sure your analysis is on point, and then just make sure you're able to be disciplined and wait for the right opportunities. And when those opportunities come, you have to strike. You have to be disciplined to stay out of certain trades, but you also have to be just as disciplined to get into certain trades. So keep that in mind. This was a great position here, and price moved up and it worked out really, really good. So that was on the 7th. Now moving over to the 8th, which was Friday. This was the only losing trade of the last 2 weeks. So typically Fridays are my best days, and of course, this was the day I decided to size up a little bit. And as I sized up, like every trader would tell you, you take a loss on that next trade. But being that Fridays are our best days, I decided to do it on that Friday. Took a little hit from it, but let's go take a look. Took about 2.5% loss here on the 8th. Let's go over that. That's right here, March 8th. This was a position taken at 9:45, so very high time of volume. It was a buy position taken on gold, and again, negative about 14 pips, lost about 2.5%. And let's go ahead and take a look at that trade. So this is the before picture, right? So we were bullish on the day. We were expecting price to move up. We had moved up pretty well, created a resistance, and then created a brand new support, right? So especially after these rejections, was really ready to see if we can take price up to go ahead and fill this range here and fill in that wick to the left hand side. But Price had different plans, man, and that's just how it goes. You know, again, trading is a very is a probability game. So you can have the right positions line up day in and day out, but you know, there's always a probability to it. So it looked good on the way up. Was really expecting price to fill that range, but price had other plans. And let's go ahead and take a look at the after. So as you can see, this is the a little bit of the after picture. This was the candle that that I entered on, and ended up closing very weak bearish. And once I seen it, although it closed weak bearish, it still closed above the range here. So was gonna continue to hold that in case this candle decided to kind of make a bottom wick to move up, but it did not do that, right? So I took my stops from here, put them right here, and managed risk there. Got out of that trade. Once those lows broke, I did not want to be in that trade anymore. So managed risk and, you know, skated out of there earlier than later. So that was the losing trade there on the last 2 weeks. And then we move over to the 12th. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 12th. This was, so again, Monday comes by again. So that was a Friday. Monday is the 11th day here. No playbook position, so no entry, no trade. Now we move on to Tuesday, which was the 12th. Took about a 1.3% win on this trade. This was a, let's go ahead and take a look at that. That was taken at 11:15. So this is actually the only trade I don't have a screenshot of. This trade was also taken after the live stream. We were waiting on this position towards the tail end of the stream, but it just began to get late, shut the stream down, and then, you know, give or take about 20-25 minutes later, the opportunity presented itself. So I was still at the desk at that time, so went ahead and took this position here. You know, as you can see, it was a gold sell. Yeah, gold sell here. About 22 pips were secured, and again, I don't have a screenshot of that one, but got about 1.3% on that for a W there. So that was that trade. Moving on to the 13th now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 13th. We got about 1% on this trade. Let's go ahead and see what this was. So this was a trade taken at 8 a.m. So this was NY Open. Again, taken on gold. Got about 10 pips on this trade, securing about 1%. And taking a W. Let's go ahead and take a look at that trade. I believe it was right here. Yeah, so what we were looking for that day was some sort of closure above this range, right? So looking at the left-hand side, you had pretty clean traffic moving up. So that was our target way up there. And you got that breakout, right? You got that candle close above. Got a nice bottom wick on this candle. 8:15, we typically see that low break. The low did break for us. Entry was on the break of the highs, targeting this level up here, but understanding that this area here can give us a little bit of a problem, right? A little bit of turbulence. So therefore, what I did was I closed 80% of my position right there at 10 pips, and then I believe it came back down and stopped that at break even. So another W trade, secured about 10 pips on that one. Not too big of a trade, but a win is a win, and we'll take it. That was about 1% on that trade on the 13th. So now moving on to the 14th here. This was a another win taken. This was a short position, so got about 2.2% on this trade. Let's go ahead and open it up here. This was the 14th. This trade was taken at 9:45. Again, another pretty high volume time for gold. This was a sell. Got about 31 pips on this. This was probably the best trade over the last 2 weeks. Secured about 2.2% for the W on that one. So let's go ahead and take a look at that trade. This was the trade we're talking about here. So we were very bearish here on gold, right, this day. Price came down. Really wanted to see a resistance form and a closure below this, ultimately below this level right here. So what did we do? We waited patiently. I did not take my sells until we had, or did not think about taking my sells until we actually had this resistance form. As you can see, there was a deep exhaustion wick as well. Then you officially had a closure below the range with this candle here. That was my confirmation candle. This was my trading candle, and was really looking to close partials right at this wick fill right there. So close partials at that wick fill, and the rest of it went down towards full target. So very, very nice trade there. Very happy with the gains on that one, 2.2%, and a beautiful, beautiful playbook position. So that was on the 14th, and then the last one here was on the 15th. This was a gold short as well. Secured a little under 1% on this position. Let's go take a look at it. This was right here on the 15th. This trade was taken at 9:15, another high volume time. This was a sell taken off of a resistance here. So we got about 19 pips, securing 0.8% for the W. Let's go ahead and open up that trade here as well. So this was the trade taken. Very similar to the last position, right? Price had moved down, waited for resistance to form. As that resistance formed right there, let me make that a little bit better for you. As resistance formed right here, price was ready to come down. So this was my confirmation candle. This was my trading candle on the break of its own low here, looking to target this 19 pip support, and then a push down. So we got our partials, took our partials there, and then price continued to run. And I think we came back to break even before we ended up heading down there for the day. So those were the trades taken over the last 2 weeks. As you can see, I'm a one trade type of guy. If I get a good trade in, I'm typically done for the day. I'm very disciplined to my playbook. If the trades are not there, I will not enter the markets. And I encourage you guys to do the same. Be very tough in the markets, be very picky in the markets, and only put your capital at risk when the opportunity is there. When the edge is in front of you, that's when you want to strike. I will be sizing up now moving forward. As you guys can see, this video is taken on the 19th here, so didn't trade yesterday. Also didn't trade today. Was at the desk, but price was just ranging, and tomorrow is the 20th, so we'll have the Fed come in, and I believe that's why we're ranging. And then after tomorrow, you should see a really, really big Thursday and Friday here. So I'll keep you guys updated on the next official video of the 2-week evaluation. I'll film these a little bit more often, but I encourage you guys to do the same exact thing. Track your trades, track your data, do a 2-week evaluation. Let me know in the comments how you like this video. Let me know in the comments when you begin to actually start your own 2-week evaluation. And then of course, let me know the results of it. So appreciate you guys for watching. Love y'all. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the New York live streams. Peace.